Microtransaction machines these days, few people remember just how much
What the
Sims had on the gaming world. It was a create-your-character RPG
what?
RPG.
What the fuck?
There was no narrative, no plot,
What the
no
heck is
story,
even going on?
or in-game mechanics. Any story that existed was created by the user.
Why is she
Didn't exist.
kissing her baby's ass?
Just exist.
No.
Expansive stuff, own property, get promoted in your career. Things that are still only
Shut up,
possible in
bitch.
life. Who needs your retirement plan? I've got 6 mansions and a
Today I'll be making Nike Air Force Ones into gotcha for my.
simple.
Shut up. Ho.
Either text command based or choose your own adventure. And they always had a continuous driving objective.
Yeah. I'm gonna be making Nike Air Force Ones. At least I'm trying to make a Nike Air Force One. I have these shoes, but I'm too lazy to get them out of get them from the shoe rack.
People really liked being able to live in a house and have several friends and have a job where you could get promoted into being an astronaut. And somehow, in this game, it managed to be possible for 2 sexy, ripped, pixelated men to totally get naked and get in the same bed together. Was it design oversight? Someone slipping in a code? The design philosophy of the game was to be as unrestricted to players as possible, so maybe it was just always intended to be there. Granted, same-gender marriage was impossible, but you could form romantic attachments too and move in with same-gender characters. But the chief significance about gayness in The Sims was how little the game cared about whether you did it or not. It was just there. What's even more absurd is the blending of childlike animations, mechanics, and all-around sense of mischievous fun with actual video game tunes having sex. Or at least the euphemism The Sims uses for sex. In fact, in more recent Sims games, with the addition of more age brackets, even gay teenagers choose rooms. And yes, gay marriage has been added to later games and even more customization around gender and gender expressions, choosing a male or female body type and selecting either or both sets of gendered clothing. I have to wonder how things would be progressing without The Sims' laissez-faire approach to gender pairing. Knowing how parent company EA feels about games needing to be as safe as possible to make a profit, I don't know whether they'd be so open about this same approach if they had to choose now. Can we really be aware of the doors The Sims opened up? Would we have gay characters in narrative games now if it wasn't
Shush, don't ask what's going on.
4 years
It's a
later,
man
we find
explaining
attitude toward
about LGBT stuff because I need to study my gays, days, and non-binary phase.
leading up to release, they said it would be many things to many people, legendarily, but it was not. Which sucks because even without the weird lion's head promises, it was still a fun ride.
Do not ask what's going
We
on.
couldn't do everything we
Don't ask.
said we could, but one thing you could do was be gay. In retrospect, it seems a little problematic. You, the heroic protagonist, never spoke, nor did you have a name, and anyone who was available for marriage was a procedurally generated villager who was generally half as tall as you. But still, this is a world where homophobia didn't exist. That was nice. The second game was more or less the same, but with additional parenthood mechanics.
Ooh.
Very inconsistent rules about condom use. But like I said, this depiction did run a little bit shallow. There's generally no impact to being gay whatsoever, and while the fantasy is nice, the trilogy of games does follow a bloodline. So, canonical heteronormative.
Say, I'll be your jester. Abilities to the best I could.
Queerness being related to the plot. One could argue, well, what were we going to expect for gays in video games? What, were you looking for games built around gayness? What kind of libtard nonsense is that? It's not like straightness is a driving component in video games. So, Kratos, an ancient
To the best I can. My abilities. Abilities to the best I'm mortal. The fact that time's war. So I'd rather be vested. My kingdom is rested and no. Test me, I'm mortal. Time to draw shoelaces. One of the things I hate.
Forecast secondary characters who were
The fact that this is mortal. So my kingdom is rested, my kingdom is rested, oh boy. Why are you underrated? Like, I know. Come on, share my channel across the Gacha community. Like and subscribe. You know, like, it helps a lot.
Yes, before St. Abrams deigned to give us an exactly 3-second long lesbian interaction, LucasArts served up this angsty, angry, claws-out catgirl, who, if shown mercy after attacking the main character, can be recruited, and if said main character is a woman, can be flirted with. And if you don't show her mercy, another NPC, alluded to be her ex-girlfriend, gets really mad at you later on. Johanni's queerness is subtle, and she can be sensitive about it if you pick it up too soon. But if you follow through with enough dialogue options,
I love you,
she does
ew.
open up the vaguely established romantic
I'm
option,
so sorry, but
but
no.
only for other ladies. Fear Rep wasn't the main staple of the Knights of the Old Republic series, or BioWare as a whole, until Dragon Age many years later. But every other queer character in a video game would inevitably follow in Johanna's footsteps, the NPC.
So my kingdom is rested, I'd rather be vested.
Given how queer characters
Na 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 na. Test me, I'm mortal. The fact that God is more. So I'd rather be vested. My kingdom is rested. As me, I'm mortal.
to see a greater spectrum of identities represented in games. And for better and for worse, the industry leaders, trying to attract new players and tap into new markets, have been trying very hard to have
Oh, my kingdom is rested on. Da 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 da. Anyways, how are you guys? How are you guys? Hi, Blue Cakes. How is you? How are you guys? Like, how was your day or night? I don't know your time zone. So, how was your day and night? Me, German tears me. Oh my god. Touch me, I'm do you remember me? And sorry, I don't really have a great memory when it comes to people in YouTube, because I don't want to be mean, but I easily forget because there's a lot of people in YouTube, and it's just a wide area.
Released in 2003, was an early example of a guided narrative with branching options. But other studios
Who is this she person, and why are they being so cursed?
much beloved Morrowind in 2000.
Shay Zong.
In all cases, these games were massive in scope, so much so that most of the games would never be played by most gamers. This is significant because
okay, then shut up about it.
hidden in plain sight.
Oh, tignan mo, kakar pa si Camille, kakaingay mo. So yung,
Be more easily
yeah, Camille, cry, Camille.
take much less time to build, and whose focus would be gameplay mechanics rather than narrative ones. For instance, what would it matter if a fighting game roster had a character who was mentioned to be gay in the character bio? Most people never read that stuff, and yet, in this world of massively expansive and expensive choices,
Oh, that's just the baby.
where we found our first
The baby is
where
crying.
we still find the overwhelming majority of our representation today. Game execs read the room and realized that gays flocked to tabletop gaming and nerd culture like you wouldn't believe. And the gaming industry also learned that the gays will flock to stores to buy copies of a game if a friend of theirs told them that there was a gay character somewhere in them. Thus, set a precedent for the most annoying, one-foot-in instances when it comes to queer fiction in games. See, immersion-based games function best where the player's own personality is a component of the gameplay experience. You're a soft, sensitive, love-conquers-all type. There's dialogue options for you. You're a no-nonsense, any-means-necessary mercenary type. simpler dialogue options for you. I do think it's hilarious, though, that
Excuse me?
allowed options to commit genocide and war crimes
You're
before they
sus.
say yes homo. This opened the door for them to sneak in queer representation to tap into a queer audience without explicitly offending fragile sensibilities of big, tough, heterosexual true gamers.
Big, tough, heterosexual gamers. Ew.
To ignore it. This is creating a very weird precedent in gaming, and, well, it's something I'm becoming annoyed with. See, if you have a character creation screen and you create a black character, is that developer committing to a game featuring black representation?
Touch me,
The
immortal.
game will not actually portray
So my kingdom is rested. My kingdom is rested. Oh my.
diversity, which is
Touch me, immortal.
Mass Effect.
And we're done. Thank you for watching this short little stream. Hopefully it was enjoyable enough for you. And yeah.
Whereas the humans
I should really add more custom colors. And y'all there?
Mass Effect 3 that the game clarifies that yes, non-American cultures do actually
Ew, kaano ka dyan?
humanity.
Girl,
The thing about
sing!
having a gay
Why won't you sing?
Sing ho, sing.
Sing ho, sing slave. Why won't you sing?
Oh my god, did you just call her a slave?
You can dance if you want, okay?
Say mo, dance monkey.
Not gonna dance
Dance monkey,
here.
dance monkey, dance monkey. Oh.
Dance woman, dance woman, dance woman.
I wanna see
let's start.
things you do
Okay.
before they say.
Sing, girl.
By having two
Sing
genders-
Why aren't you
Flower.
singing? Cause singing killed my grandma, okay?
Slave. Why won't you sing?
Don't call people slave, that's bad.
Both genders of the player character.
Thunder.
This carries on in Mass Effect.
What? Thunder. What song is Thunder? What song is Thunder?
Which culminates in Mass Effect 3, where
Okay, here I go. What is Thunder?
Why she sings Thunder?
Thunder.
bisexual romantic man.
That's not even a song.
Slay, popping mommy, titty her titties, popping slay, hunty mommy
Saying we
titties.
need less lesbians or bisexuals.
Jeez.
And we're finished. Thank you for watching this
Wait,
short little
just a young guy
stream.
with a quick fuse.
I'm
What?
just a young guy with a quick fuse.
What that girl said? Just free pet, please. No, you both, and you have
Thanks
to go.
for watching. And now we have Nike Air Force Ones.
If it's exploitation.
Stella.
Bye.
Stella,